y'all, Grandma Rose here. I am at Jeff Busby Park on the Natchez Parkway. And wanted to show you a little bit of things that I can't show you in my own garden. It is just lovely up here. The trees are leafing out and the dogwood trees are in full bloom. And I just wanted you to have a peek of what I get to see every day. Enjoy the tour, y'all. Let me walk up here. There's a picnic table up here. And on the ground, all around here, are hickory nuts. So there's a hickory tree right in here. Don't know which one it is, but there's definitely a hickory tree. So let's walk up here to the picnic table. And it looks like there's a hiking trail. And I'm not going to do that. But there is one. Wildflowers. So here's a hiking trail. Let's look down the hill. What's down here? A nice drop off. Wouldn't want to fall down there. It's a grapevine. That looks like that might be a little hickory seedling. And this right here, that little seedling right there, I think it's dogwood. It's oaks. But it's fresh and green. And this is one of my favorite times of the year, when the trees are just leafing out. And you see the bright chartreuse green, bright green against the dark pines. And it's just lovely. So there's a little oak seedling. And these right here, this one right here, there's one over there look like they're hickories. And these look like they're white oaks. See how it can tell the difference between a white oak and a red oak. And right here is poison ivy. Look here, the white oak, the lobes on the leaves of the white oak do not have points on them. They're rounded. And red oaks have points at the tips of the leaves. Sometimes not really sharp points, but I believe this tree right here in front of me is a white oak. See how white the bark is? So let's walk down the hill a little bit, and I thought you might want to see the dogwoods. In fact, if you look through here, look carefully, all the way back through there. You're going to have to look. Way back in there, do you see the white? Those are the dogwoods. Let's get down closer so you can see them better. There's a little oxalis, wood sorrel. I think it's called wood sorrel. So this picnic table here, turn around right here on the ground, and somebody had a little fire, made a little campfire with a picnic. Now this wildflower right here, you can see that. You can see that or not. That's a valerian. This is not the same valerian. Well, it may be a medicinal herb, but it's a different variety. It's a different species. Right in there. Look at all of those hickory nuts. And the grapevine. You see the grapevine? Grapes leafing out. And back through there, there's white. That's the dogwood. I'm going to get closer and see it. There's a little dogwood right there across the road. Let's walk down this hill. Put a little drive. And I'll take you just to see the dogwoods. Let's stop just for a second here. Here's a wildflower I want you to see. And I'll show you more on that later on. I'll have to do another video just on this. This flower right here is a lyre leaf sage. You see that? Kind of purplish, reddish leaves that are lyre shaped, like the musical instrument, the lyre. And that's a lyre leaf sage. I'm going to do a video just on that. Down in here, starting to see the dogwoods. This is a redbud tree leafing out with the heart-shaped leaves. So this one is already finished flowering. Some of the ones I've seen driving down the roads are still flowering, but these in this park are finished. They're not. The pretty fuchsia flowers that I have on the tree in my yard are gone on these. But you can always tell them by the heart-shaped leaves on these. And more grapevine. Crawling up in this. Looks like a sumac. And on here on the ground is poison ivy. Do you recognize the poison ivy? If you don't recognize the poison ivy, I did a video on poison ivy earlier last year. I'll either put a card up in the corner, or I'll put a link to it in the description box. But here's more grapevine. And what it's growing in is a sumac. And this tree right over here, that small one right there, is another redbud. Look down in there. Do you see the dogwoods? It's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Look at that. There's the dogwood trees. Walk right through here. Right through here. Here's the dogwood. What a wonderful view this is. This part of this park, it's called Little Mountain. And Little Mountain, because I believe it's supposed to be one of the highest points, or if not the highest point, one of the highest points in Mississippi. And here, see the dogwood hanging over the road. And there's one down here close to the road, so that's where I'm going. See more sumac. This sumac does not have a grapevine growing through it, so you can see it better. This one right there. And there, it's a sumac, and this one right here next to it is also a sumac. And this little oak, let me show you this oak. Let's zoom in a little bit on this oak right here. Okay, now if you look on this oak, this little oak leaf, at the very tip of each of the points on it, you see how pointed? It's actually got little bristles on it. So this is a red oak. Compare this one to that other oak tree that was a white oak. This is a small seedling, not going to stay small. So that's a red oak. There's a pretty one. Let's walk over here to it. The dogwoods are on their way out. They're in full bloom right now. But the leaves are already starting to put out. So that means it's only going to be another week or so and the dogwoods will be gone until next year. Beautiful. And down in there is another one. And you see that big log that's fallen? Big tree. It's like a big pine. The root ball's on this side apparently. But I'm going to walk back up to my car and head on back home. These are oak leaf hydrangeas. Let me look at these. You can see the dried flowers from last year. The brown panicles of flowers. And why they call it oak leaf hydrangea. Most everyone is familiar with the blue mophead hydrangea. Sometimes blue, sometimes pinkish purple and pink. But this is a different species. This is Hydrangea quercifolia. Like quercus is the genus name of oak, so it's like quercusfolia, quercus, but it's quercifolia. So this is oak leaf hydrangea, and I'll bring you back when they're in bloom. But they're beautiful shrubs. I don't know how far north they'll grow, but I know I've seen them in catalogs, landscaping catalogs, places like, not particularly, I can't say for a fact that they carry it, but places like White Flower Farm and I don't know, some of the other ones that I've ordered from. And I believe White Flower Farm is in Connecticut. You know, check that and see, and if they carry that, then it probably would grow in that area of the country too. This is the oak leaf hydrangea. It's really pretty. And there's another little redbud tree that's out of flower. There's the leaves coming on it. Down here on the ground, I wish I could dig these up, take them to my house, but this is National Park. This is part of the Natchez Parkway, and it's a national park. And I could get fined a whole lot for digging up plants out of the national park. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to take a chance on that. Even though they're all over the place, if everybody who came here dug up one, there wouldn't be any at all left. So here we go. Just a pretty back road here. And more dogwoods back in the back. There's one up here on the hill. I hope you've enjoyed your visit to Jeff Busby Park on the Natchez Trace Parkway. It's part of the National Park System, so this is a national park. In fact, I've mentioned this before. The Natchez Trace Parkway is one of the largest national parks in the country. It's only a few hundred yards wide, but it's long, 400, 500 miles long. I don't know exactly how the length of it, but all the way from Natchez, Mississippi up to Nashville. And that's one of the ways where I live to get to Nashville. Even though the speed limit is only 50 miles an hour, without any stop signs, any towns you have to go through, it's just about as fast as going on an interstate, a freeway system. The problem is there's only a couple of places where you can stop for gas. And that's off the road in a town nearby. So here is the picnic area of Jeff Busby. The back end of it. So I'm going to go home and tend to my animals. So bye y'all. See you next time.